Welcome to Why Should I Invest? Developed by the International Collegiate Angels Network, or ICAN. At ICAN, we believe that campus-born ventures are today's most underappreciated asset class. Each podcast will spotlight a campus-born founder and the venture they're building. I'm going to ask the tough questions that investors would want to ask. Welcome to another episode of Why Should I Invest? I'm Dr. Tom Denning, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Nab Mansouri. He is the founder and CEO of a company called Derental, Inc. Derental is the B2B SaaS platform for construction equipment rental to support small and medium-sized business equipment suppliers. Sounds like a really interesting concept. Nab, tell us more about yourself and about Derental.
Hey Tom, how are you? Thank you for the intro. I'm Nab Mansouri. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Derental. Let me give you some context before I start. Independent and local equipment rental companies are struggling to compete in a digital world today. So they are drowning in manual processes. They are losing customers to national competitors with better online experiences and lacking the tools to optimize their business. So we solve this by providing an all-in-one platform that streamlines their operations, expand their reaches, and empower them to thrive. That's what we're doing at Derental. We're not reinventing the wheel. We are the Booking.com and the Airbnb for the equipment rental space.
That's very interesting, and it's an interesting space, and it's a difficult space. It's got a lot of got a lot of equipment and a lot of different kinds of equipment. So I need to know a little bit about your background and why you are sort of uniquely sort of positioned and why you got into this space.
So it's funny. Everything started when my current CTO and co-founder, right? He had some maintenance to do in his yard, but he didn't know where to go, who to call, what tool or equipment he needed for his maintenance. So right. he looked at the internet and he spent over an hour trying to reach out to equipment rental suppliers. But he needed, at the end of the day, it was a nightmare experience. So he needed to turn on his car and go to the closest equipment rental shop in his neighborhood. And this is where he needed to explain everything from scratch, right? In order to get served. So once getting all what he needed, he picked up the phone and he called me and he told me, dude, get your ass ready. We have something super big to work on. And we thought because it's this $195 billion market share, right? There will be a certain minimum of IT infrastructure that we can build on. So in the beginning, the idea was building a B2C, right, marketplace. But when we started dig deeping in doing our market research for this vertical and industry, this is where we discovered that, holy moly, this B2B guys need to be supported first. And then we're going to focus on the B2C. So that's how and why we ended up shifting from B2C to B2B, right?
I see.
And we're focusing now on B2B equipment rental suppliers, laser focus on SMBs, to empower them to compete with the national big players that they know they can beat in service.
Wow, that's a fascinating story. I love it when it comes right from a personal experience like that. Those are always the best, right? I got some kind of a pain point I need to solve it. That's a very interesting story. And your website is derentalequipment.com in case anybody's interested in seeing it. It's a beautiful website. I've been there. You guys have done a nice job. I see a lot of equipment listed on there. So you mentioned that you're B2B. Why do you have equipment listed on your site? That would suggest B2C.
What you mean?
Well,
No,
I saw some.
if you want to create an account as a contractor independent, okay, or if you are an individual, you can create an account
I see.
as an individual, but you cannot be listed as an individual on our website today.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what you guys do basically is help them, you white label your
Exactly. So
platform.
we white label this mom and pop independent local regional equipment rental suppliers, and we provide them our SaaS inventory management and online payment platform, which nurture our marketplace basically.
Yeah. So this is great. And do you have customers already?
Yes, we do. So we have 12 US equipment rental suppliers signed, onboarded already, available.
Okay.
We
Uh-huh.
unlocked with these guys because they have different shops they are present. They have presence over different states. So we are present in 30 states today.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
That's
and
that's
the good
amazing.
news is we shifted and we scaled from outbound to inbound. So
Uh-huh.
today we have 60 new equipment suppliers. They are requesting to be onboarded with us.
Well, that's
Yes.
a nice problem to have.
And
Well,
these guys, they are driving us toward 100K MRR basically. And all that is dent of our engineering, sales, and marketing team, as well as our unique, incredible board of directors,
yeah.
who have deep experience in the field.
Wow. Now, you skipped over something kind of quickly. You said 100,000 MRR already?
Yes, so not already. We are working
Oh,
towards
yeah, working
with
towards
these
it.
onboardings.
Yeah,
Yes.
great. Well, one thing that because I've worked with small businesses before, and I know their margins are always very, very thin.
Yes.
And whenever you come in with a new innovation and they have to upset their workflow, oftentimes there's a lot of resistance because I just can't stop to put in a bunch of new
Yeah.
software. You guys go
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you managing that?
So basically, that's one of our core strengths is our technology. We are a plug and play. So we faced in the beginning when we were iterating with our pilots, customers, right? We adapted our technology and we adapted our pricing model as well, because there is a lot of friction for the integration as well as the basically the payment, right? So that's why today we are transaction fee based only. We don't have any monthly subscription fee
Oh, okay.
first 18 to 24 months to
Uh-huh.
skip that friction payment side of
I see.
things. And we plug and play on in any type of technology, warehouse management system or ERP or dealer management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what percentage of the transactions are you taking?
We are only taking 3% to start. We want to
Uh-huh.
be fair. We want to
Uh-huh.
empower these guys. And we
Right.
believe that we are going to dominate the global market, right? And we are here for the long
Wow.
term, 7 to
Wow.
10 years.
I
Yes.
love it. Yeah. Well, I get stuck on the integration problem. Let me just ask one more question with respect to that, because
Sure.
I'm a big believer in these small business guys, and I know that they're
Big time.
constantly running, and they have old ways of doing things, and they're familiar
Yeah.
with the way we do things around here and all that. Is there any training involved on your software? I mean, is it literally that plug and play?
Yeah, absolutely. So part of our offering is a free training, a free integration,
Okay.
and we have a 4-month program. We call it a product adoption plan,
Okay.
where we have a weekly or bi-weekly meeting with our customers in order to make sure everything is
Okay.
fully integrated. They can use the platform, even though we
Uh-huh.
have a super fluid, like influent UI UX, right?
Yeah.
Still, we take baby steps with our customers. We laser focus on every single new customer to make
Uh-huh.
sure they love the platform, they get what they are looking for, what they need, and they're good to go.
Oh, wow. Well, that's great. And especially now in the early days, you're learning a lot from your customers, I'm sure, and getting a
Big
lot of
time.
great ideas and feedback. How much time is that taking? I mean, if you start scaling that, that could become, a bit of an issue.
So it's not because the way we are working is we are iterating our customers, and as you said, we are learning from our customers, and we're trying to
Okay.
automate everything behind the
Okay.
scene,
Yeah.
right? So there
Yeah.
is a human touch always, but we're automating everything, even the onboarding, and our current customers loved it
Yeah.
already.
Right. Yeah. And I did see some
Yeah.
testimonials that you had.
Oh, yes. So just to give you an idea, our onboarding takes between 2 to 3 weeks maximum to be fully integrated, fully
Okay.
trained. Everything is up running,
Okay.
working.
Right.
Yes,
And then the customer support need goes down.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yes,
Well, you
that's our
mentioned,
scope. Compared to the competition, like the competition or potential partners, our customers are witnessing 2 to 3 years of integration
yeah.
of ERP
Wow.
software.
Yeah. Okay. I
We're
get that.
shrinking it to 2 or 3 weeks.
No,
Yeah.
I understand that. Well, several times in our
Yeah.
conversation here, you said we. Sounds like you got a great team. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about your team?
Oh yes, so definitely my CTO, right? My childhood friend. It's been 18 years we're working together, right? We hit the wall many times together. It's not the first venture we built together, right? And obviously we have four engineers between Canada, US, and France, and yeah, we have a phenomenal business dev team on the ground in California, right?
Yeah.
And trying to expand our business dev team basically to Texas today and all the other states.
Oh yeah. To Texas. Well,
And
I'm for that,
and
right?
and our board of directors, we have Donald, who is a former ARA member, the American
Uh-huh.
Rental Association president.
Okay.
Okay. And we have Caterpillar sales coach. He's a global Caterpillar sales coach, Elliot. And we have Reggie Gray, who's the president of the Intercontinental Chamber of Commerce in Houston, part
Okay.
of our
Wow. Okay.
so these guys they're not only bringing deep like experience and understanding and knowledge, but an extensive network from the
Wow.
supply side and from the demand side as well.
Well, you guys are doing things right. You're
How we do.
graduates. You're
Yes, yes, we
graduates of
do.
the
Yeah,
Founders Institute. Um,
yeah.
so I do see that you also indicate on your website that you have a presence in Canada and Saudi Arabia. Is that correct?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So we did our pilots, and because after the market research we did, we wanted to make sure that all our assumptions are real, and we are ready whenever we are ready to scale. All the assumptions are real, so we kind of take a heads up, an advance about our system design, and that's why we did pilots in Canada, in the US, in Saudi. But our focus is in the US today.
Okay. Okay.
You
All right.
know?
That's interesting. And California is your beachhead market?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yes.
And so I do see that you're also seeking a patent. What,
Yes.
or you have in your plans, in your roadmap that you're going to be trying to go to a patent
Yes.
on something. Is
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
okay?
We are building our AI powered,
Uh-huh.
engine for whether for marketing or
I
for
see.
the inventory management is
Uh-huh.
powered by AI. And this is we have different patents we're going to be looking after,
I see.
basically.
Okay. Interesting. So you got
Yes.
IP portfolio that you're thinking about building as well, and that's interesting.
Yeah.
Who are your main competitors in this space?
So for people who do not understand the market, they would say those are immigrants.
Yeah.
But these guys, they are re-renters and brokers. We're not. We're a
Uh-huh.
connector. So myself, I do consider competitors the guys who do wanna my customers. My main competitors is my customer who do wanna enroll and be listed in my platform. This is my first competitor.
Uh-huh.
Then I have Dozer and Biggrants, but these guys, they are playing everywhere. So between enterprise, national players, and basically small, medium size. But they got stuck
Yeah.
with the small, medium size because the small, medium size guys, they don't want any competition with the national. They're competing with them. They don't want to be listed out with them, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's why we build Derental, laser focused to these
Right.
folks.
Right. How big do you think your market opportunity is?
We are serving 60% of the equipment rental industry,
Hmm.
while the other guys are trying to get like some portions out of it. But
Right.
down the road, we're gonna be dominating everyone globally.
Yeah. How big is that in dollar
It's a
figures?
$195 billion market share only for
Significant. Hmm.
equipment rental.
Yep.
We're not speaking about logistics. We're not
Hmm.
speaking about insurance. We're not speaking about payment processing yet or equipment trading yet. It's
Right.
only equipment rental.
Yep.
$195 billion global market share.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to go back one more time to the challenge with the small business person. What are you finding in terms of your customer acquisition costs, and what is sort of if you could speak a little bit to the sales cycle that's required
Yes.
when you first encounter a new potential client.
So definitely, I'm the one who make the closings, right?
Hmm.
I have a business dev team opening the doors for me, but I
Hmm.
wanna I wanna know
Okay.
my customers' heart. The first 1,000 customers, I need to know them by heart, how they
Yeah.
think, how they operate, what their day-to-day pain points, and all
I love
that,
it.
right?
I love it.
So
Yeah.
so these guys, they are all over the place,
Uh-huh.
right? So
Yeah.
the biggest challenge is basically how to get the contract signed and how to get the right person to get access to their IT system.
Yes.
Once we have it, we take control, everything is good.
Yeah.
So from the moment we get access to their IT system, it takes us 2 to 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
The closing cycle, the prepping the pipe for it, it might take between 2 to 6, 8 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Depends.
From first contact.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's our closing
Okay.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would love to be a fly on the wall and watch your initial meetings with some of these guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I I know how hard they work and how busy they are. And just
Oh,
to get a few minutes of their time, right, can be a
oh,
real
big time.
challenge. Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
time. And that's why
Yeah.
I'm raising today,
Yeah.
because I get to a point where I understand very well my customer pain point, and
Yeah.
I need more guys on the
Yeah.
ground to open for me doors.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you just mentioned that you're raising, and I'm looking at my notes. It says you're raising 2.5 million. Is that correct on this round?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
on this round. And do you have some traction on this round?
Yes, yes. So I have committed investors. Basically, I'm in discussion with the three. I have
Yeah.
they are about to make hard commitment,
Yeah.
and
Good.
we're
Good.
negotiating. And
Yeah.
I have also two other investors interested,
Yeah.
and I keep selecting the investors
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna.
can understand. Yeah, I mean, you're a very compelling storyteller and you have such an interesting business model. Well,
Yeah.
if you're raising 2.5 million and you got a little bit of traction on that, congratulations on that.
Thank
How
you.
do you intend to use the funds? You mentioned biz dev is one of the ways that you're going to use the funds. How
Yes.
else will you deploy this
So
capital?
definitely the engineering, my
Uh-huh.
data science pod, my engineering pod, both of them, because as I said, like we are automating everything in every single department in vertical. Every single pod has to have at least 60 to 80% automation for
Hmm.
the next 12 to 24 months. That's my
Uh-huh.
plan.
Yep.
Okay. So we can reduce our cost as much as we can.
Right.
Okay. And obviously, business dev guys on the ground and sales guys
Yeah.
later on, but not
Yeah.
today.
Well, it's
Marketing, we are only going organic because
ah,
we have the network, right? And we don't want to spend on marketing left and right. We don't need that. And we cannot
I love
have
that.
a better
Yeah.
advocate
Yeah.
than more than and better than a happy customer.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
we are betting on our customer for the
Right.
customer service, and that's it. So customer
Right.
support, engineering, data science, and business dev.
Well, that sounds very exciting, to be honest with you, Nab. So the name of the company is Derental Inc., and you can see it at derentalequipment.com, derentalequipment.com. And
Yeah.
I always end the podcast, Nab, with a very simple question. Why should I invest?
Oh, very simple. We have proven demand. We have 60 customers ready to be onboarded. Means like 100K MRR in sight. We got industry leaders on board. We have ex-ARA, American Rental Association, Caterpillar sales coach, global sales coach, ICC Houston president, part of our board. And obviously, I forgot to tell you that we secured two major US logistics partnership, and we got another major reseller partnership secured the past few weeks. So we are working on partnerships too. We got our first mover advantage in AI-driven rental SaaS and payment. And in terms of funding, we already raised 200K, and we got non-dilutive funding, and we got awards with the Founder Institute by being an alumni and from the regular program and the funding lab as well.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today, Nab. And
Thank you.
what a great background you have there. I mean, what such a beautiful bridge and everything in the background there. So Nab Mansouri is my guest
Yes.
today. The company is Derental Inc. It's available. You can see it at derentalequipment.com. Nab, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for the opportunity, Tom.
For more information about how you can get involved in the ICAN mission, please contact me directly via email at tomdenning@icanhub.net.